One way of presenting data that you're going to be using a lot is the scatter plot. So this is a type of graphical representation that you're going to be using when you're looking for a correlation. So we're looking for correlation. We don't know if there is one or not between two linked continuous measurements. So that could be two measurements. So two measurements from each individual in a population. Individual. So for example, you might want to look at the weight and the length of a load of mice. Okay, so these are both just two different things that we're measuring from all these mice, and we want to see if they're linked or not. Or it could be a true independent and dependent variable. So maybe we want to look at the weight of mouse and see whether that we're looking at the amount of fat in the diet that the scientists gave them. So is that going to affect their weight? Okay, so this is the independent, and this is the dependent variable. And then we can draw with a line of best fit, probably. Okay, so I'm just going to put some points in here kind of as an example. So here we've got, so we measured for a load of mice. So we've got a little point here for each measurement, so each one of these represents one mouse. Okay, so you can see that, broadly speaking, as the length of the mouse increases, so does the weight of the mouse. And then I'm going to draw a line of best fit. So what you want is to have about half on each side of the line. Oh, that's not very good. I'm going to talk all about this in a minute in another video. Maybe something like that is your line of best fit. And here let's imagine an experiment where we've given the mice different amounts of fat, and then let's say we had 3 different mice. So again, each of these points is one mouse, and as we fed them more fat, the mice get heavier. So here we've got more than one measurement for each amount of fat, and that's fine. And again, let's have a line of best fit, something like that. Not very good. Yeah, so I'm not doing it properly here, but we need a title explaining what your graph is showing. We need proper axis labels with units. So this is probably centimeters, this is probably grams, it's probably grams per day, something like that. This is grams. And then you need a scale as well on your axis. So you need at least 2 points for reference. So here, I don't know how big mice are, I'm just making this up. So let's say this is 8 centimeters, 10 centimeters, 12 centimeters, 14 centimeters, 16 centimeters. But just having the 8 and the 10, that would be enough to define the scale on your axis. And you'll note here that my scale did not start at 0. So you need to think carefully about whether your scale starts at 0. You have to think about whether that's informative or not. Okay, so scatter plot, we're looking for a correlation between two linked continuous measurements. And we have a line of best fit through all these different points.